I'm entitled to.
You want answers!
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Hello, friends. Joey, the Truth Wagner with you. Welcome into a brand new episode of the Truth Serum. And as always, everybody, tonight's episode is being brought to you by SeatGeek. Friends, if you want great tickets and you want an even better deal, you go to SeatGeek. You use the code Joey Wagner, you'll get $20 off your order. But now to the fun stuff in tonight's episode. Well, everybody, I sort of can't believe it, but tonight I'm going to be talking about Mike Tomlin, Ben Roethlisberger, and an X-ray machine. Yeah, an X-ray machine. I'm not kidding. Somehow it made its way into this episode. Anyway, let's reflect back to Sunday. The Steelers were playing against the Oakland Raiders, the 2-10 Oakland Raiders. They're awful. The Oakland Raiders are, I think they're probably the worst team in the National Football League this season, everybody. And I know I've watched a couple of Oakland games other than the Pittsburgh game this year. I watched the Raiders lose 34-3 on Thursday Night Football to a third-string quarterback for the 49ers. The Raiders are bad. The Raiders are really bad. And somehow the Steelers couldn't beat them. Steelers lost 24-21. A very disappointing loss. One of the more upsetting losses for Pittsburgh I've experienced in a long time. Anyway, let's get to the meat of this thing. During the game on Sunday, Ben Roethlisberger got injured right before halftime as he was leading the Steelers down the field for a touchdown before the end of the half to take a 14-10 lead. Roethlisberger was injured. He finished the drive. He went off the field. He was being treated during the half. Third quarter came around. He wasn't back yet. So Josh Dobbs led the Steelers for the first part of the third quarter. And then, everybody, something very interesting happened. With about 8 minutes left in the third quarter, Ben Roethlisberger jogged back out to the field, was standing on the sideline with helmet in hand. But he didn't come back into the game. Josh Dobbs led another drive. Steelers got the ball back. Ben didn't come back into the game. Into the fourth quarter, the score was still 14-10 Pittsburgh. Ben wasn't back in the game. The Pittsburgh Steelers stuck with Josh Dobbs at quarterback for 4 possessions in the second half. 2 punts, a turnover on downs, and an interception. With 5:20 left in the game, Roethlisberger finally re-entered the game after the Raiders scored a touchdown to take a 17-14 lead. Ben came right back in, drove him right down the field, no resistance. Right down the field. It was like Thanksgiving, folks. It was like a knife going through hot butter on Thanksgiving. Went right down the field against the Raiders. Took the lead with a little less than 3 minutes to go. Raiders got the ball back. They went down, scored another go-ahead touchdown to take a 24-21 lead. Ben came back on the field with 21 seconds left. Got the Steelers into field goal range on a wild hook and ladder play. But Chris Boswell slipped on the game-tying field goal attempt. The kick was blocked, and the Steelers lost to the worst team in the league. But that's just not the start of it. That is just not the start of it, everybody. During the game, I had no issue with Ben Roethlisberger not coming into the game until that late in the fourth quarter. I thought it was odd. I thought it was strange. I'm like, why is Big Ben on the sideline with helmet in hand and he's not in the game? That to me made no sense. And the explanation afterward was really befuddling. It was, I still can't believe the words that came out of Mike Tomlin's mouth when he was asked about Big Ben. This was what Mike Tomlin said. He said, quote, "Roethlisberger could have returned a series or so sooner, but we were in the rhythm and the flow of the game," end quote. Excuse me? Mike Tomlin just said, huh? What? Mike Tomlin said, huh? Mike Tomlin admitted that Roethlisberger was on the sideline, was standing there, was ready to come back into the game, and was cleared medically to return, but he didn't bring him in. He said it was because the rhythm and flow of the game. I don't know if we were watching the same game or not, but when Josh Dobbs was in the game, and he's a young quarterback and he has a lot of talent, and I think he'll be a very effective backup quarterback to spot starter in his career. Dobbs has talent, but he just did not play well on Sunday. 2 punts, a turnover on downs on the possession they were moving the ball some, and a pick. There was no rhythm and there was no flow to the game. They just waited until the Steelers were behind. The arrogance of that move. The arrogance to think that you could beat the Raiders with your backup quarterback is mind-boggling. The arrogance to not bring Ben in. It just shows ego and arrogance taking precedent over doing what is right. In sports, everybody, in sports and life, we shouldn't be in the business of being right all the time. We should do the right thing instead of trying to make your point sound right. The explanation there by Mike Tomlin was an inexcusable explanation. And for the last 2 years, I've been harping on this. I can understand 2-point conversion mistakes. Clock management mistakes. They happen. Bill Belichick butchered the end of the Dolphins game on Sunday. I can understand those. And even the occasional letdown to a losing team on the road. Because it is the NFL. But Mike Tomlin admitting that Roethlisberger could have came into the game sooner and didn't, and waited until they were trailing, is such malice. Such malice. It's inexcusable. And it is the most malice act I have ever seen in my life by an NFL head coach. The most malice thing I've ever seen, and it's only fitting that the Steelers lost because of it. I mean, folks, the Raiders weren't stopping Ben on Sunday. In that game, Ben was 25 of 29, 282 yards, and 2 touchdowns. There was flow and rhythm when Ben was in the game, not when he was out of the game. And if that doesn't put Mike Tomlin on the hot seat, I don't know what will. If that doesn't have Steeler fans, the Steeler front office, the entire organization thinking, I don't know what will. And even Rocky Bleier said it. Rocky Bleier said he was done. And I'm getting close to that with this coaching staff. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this rant in this episode of the Truth Serum. As always, don't forget to click that like button for the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to check out the SeatGeek link if you are interested in very cost-effective tickets. And also, don't forget to comment on this video, because I want to see what your thoughts are. I want to see if this is me thinking a little out there, or if my thoughts here are a real thing. And after the clock management, losing the bad teams on the road, going for 2-point conversions, and looking ahead to New England all of the time, and now admitting that he didn't put Roethlisberger into the game when he could have, and thus did not give his team the best chance to win. It's not looking good. Anyway, Joey the Truth Wagner signing off. Thank you for watching the Truth Serum tonight. God bless. Have a good night.